Okay, my name is Mofe and I'm a software engineer. I work here in London. Uh, as for what I was expecting when I came to the UK, to be honest, was just like find a job as quickly as possible. That was really it. Like I knew I was going for my master's and everything, but that was just to get here so I can apply for a job and move on. That was like my major expectation. I think like the biggest culture shock for me was the fact that everyone kind of kept to themselves here. Like back in Nigeria, we had like this communal nature. Like you could come out, speak with everyone. You knew your neighbors, all that stuff and everything. It was completely different here. And that was like very weird. I remember like sometime during Christmas, I spent like 2 weeks. I didn't speak to like a single soul. Like it was very weird. So that was like a huge culture shock for me. One major challenge I faced was like during the entire job search process. I mentioned earlier, like my goal was to find a job as soon as possible. And I kind of expected it to like go pretty quickly. I mean, I had like reasonable expectations, but like I figured I would, I say, it wouldn't take me a while to find a job. Um, Another challenge for me was the fact that I hadn't really gone through the job search process before. I didn't have to apply for a job in Nigeria, so I hadn't gone through like the whole job search process. Like someone literally saw the work I had done and said, "Oh, come and work for me." So, and I started working in Nigeria. So I kind of maybe that kind of colored how I thought the experience would be here as well. So I came here. I got here in like September of 2022. And I figured, okay, I'll take a month off to rest, like get my feet, and then I'll start applying in October. And I figured, okay, the bad as the bad, like from like January, February, I should have gotten something. But things didn't work out like that. Like I applied, I think it took me like almost 15 months before I found like my first job and everything. And the entire process was very stressful, to say the least. The major issue for me was I kept applying to like multiple places, and um, the thing with tech interviews is usually have like multiple stages. You have like the intro stage, I have like 4, 5, sometimes 6 stages and everything. And I will scale through like these multiple stages and get like the final stage and get the rejection. And that was very depressing for me because I applied to like a lot of places. I would wake up in the morning, open LinkedIn, search for easy apply and just be clicking, applying. So I applied to like a lot of places and every kind of thing would go like the same way. They would invite me, we'll talk, we'll go through like a couple of stages and tell me, oh, we're sorry, we went to someone else, we did this, we did that and everything. So that process was very challenging for me. So one particular like experience that really stood like, was really, that really stood out for me was I got a job like, I went through the interview process for a job opportunity in Manchester, and I went through like 4 or 5 stages and everything. And then they actually asked me to come to Manchester to come and meet the team. Now, in my mind, I figured, okay, if you're asking me to meet the team, I've gotten the job. So I was like very excited. I was happy to like take money that I didn't have to travel all the way from Swansea to Manchester. That was like 7 hours or so, National Express. But I figured since they asked me to meet the team, I probably have gotten the job and everything, so I didn't think much about it. So I met the team, they introduced me to everybody, like they showed me around and everything. And I figured, okay, I've gotten the job. I was actually, when I was in Manchester, I was actually looking for like places to stay. So I figured this one's already in the bag. And I go back to Swansea and they sent me rejection. And I was so very disappointed. Like I remember that I went back after they sent me rejection, I found the person that actually invited me for the interview on LinkedIn and I unfollowed him because why would you be asking me to go all that way and send me rejection? So yeah, that was one experience that really stood out to me. But that just kind of exemplifies how the entire process was for me. It was quite challenging. So like that process was, like I said, very challenging for me. I reached out to a friend or a couple of friends on WhatsApp and I told them exactly what was happening. We had this group chat and I kind of like ranted to them and told them, oh, look, I've been applying for like a long time. I've been getting rejections, all of that stuff. And one of my friends told me about the Outliers community and said, okay, I should probably actually join. I didn't think it would do much, but I felt, might as well. And then I followed the link and I joined the community and everything. So one thing that really stood out to me was the fact that I wasn't alone. There were like a bunch of other people that I found there or I saw there that were actually going through the exact same process. applying to like multiple jobs, going through multiple stages, and then getting rejections as well. So it made me feel like at least it's not only me happening to, like we're plenty, we're all in this together. And another thing that really helped me was when I actually, because previously I'd been kind of doing all of these job applications on my own, because I really thought that I could, easily do it and everything. So I'd been doing it on my own, like watching videos on YouTube, changing my CV, doing all that stuff. So when I joined the Outliers community, like I saw that many people would share tips for interviews, particularly for like graduate roles and like the higher view assessments and all these competency-based questions. So that really helped me because I had no idea about that before. I was doing these things pretty much on my own. So that kind of like really helped me prep for subsequent interviews that I did. So that was one thing that really helped me. So like a combination of all this, knowing that, okay, like you can't give up. The other people that are doing this alongside you. There are people that have gone through the same process and they came out on the other hand, they got like really good jobs and all that. And the fact that they were sharing tips or like interview preps, things that actually helped me, up my game. Because I thought I was doing the right thing before, but apparently I wasn't. So those things actually really like helped me like push forward. I knew that, okay, I can't give up because like what was the time to go back to Nigeria and all that. I kept pushing and I kind of, really improved on interviews. I would get like compliments in interviews saying that, I answered these questions very well, which didn't really happen before. But yeah, that like really helped and I'm really grateful that I was able to get that help from the Outliers community.